Just a moment. There's been talk about this interim government. What are your views about the issue of interim government?
I don't have any views about interim government. It is something that, is alien. Our constitution cannot support it. We have gone beyond that. Interim governments come in places like when there is a military, intervention, and they want to hand over to civilian, or there's some unfortunate thing that happens. Maybe the president dies, and there are constitutional issues. Then it's okay, or there are warring factions. None of these things is happening in Nigeria. None of these things has come to Nigeria, and none of these things will come to Nigeria. So what we are on course, and the opposition should stop distracting us and just fooling the public. There's nothing about interim government. If they don't have the strength and capability, and they're afraid that they're going to lose election, there are over 14 parties contesting this election. It's not compulsory APC contest.
The APC is saying that it's in fact your party that is afraid of losing these elections.
How can we lose this election? Is it possible?
You think that is
how tell me, hold on a second. Look, the only reason why General Buhari, took his handshake down south for the first time in his 3 or 4 times his contesting election is to garner the votes from the southwest under the erroneous and false belief that Bola Tinubu and his APC control the southwest, and that he is coming with 12 million votes from the north. Both are lies. One, the so-called 12 million votes, majority of it were underage voters. Those that are not underage voters were votes that were done by intimidating people and actually thumbprinting in their presence and stockpiling votes. The other fallacy about APC or Ashwaju controlling the southwest has been shown to be absolute lie. The influence the Bola Ahmed Tinubu has is almost extremely restrictive and restricted to Lagos.
All right, just a moment.
As the events have seen, and it has also been shown that he doesn't speak for Yoruba people. Right. He's not the leader of the Yorubas. We know our leaders, and we know them. Not just now. They are not defined by wealth. They are not defined by brigandry. So we know who they are. They are defined by our own culture, our own status, and our own status.
All right, Dr. Okupe, just so that we can have a balanced conversation, I have joining us from our Abuja studio the Director of Media of the APC Presidential Campaign Organization, Alhaji Garba Shehu. Thank you. It's a pleasure having you join us on the program, and good evening to you.
Shehu, thank you. I appreciate it. This is a privilege.
All right. Of course, you must have heard some of the things that Dr. Okupe has said about what transpired in Lagos, and some of the activities that are just coming up. Is just 2 weeks to the elections. Are you certain that the Abuja Peace Accord, which was signed, that hate speeches should not be used in the run-up to the election, are you certain that everybody is working according to the agreement?
No, absolutely no. We in PC are working in accordance with the agreement signed by our leader, General Muhammadu Buhari. Even before the signature on the accord, General Buhari said clearly from day one, whoever loves me, whoever is working for me as a candidate, should not insult anyone, should not abuse anyone. So the rule for us has been set right from day one. I think we are the victims of hate speech. As everyone can see, every day they are after our leaders. They have said things that ought not to be said. They have compromised some sections of the media to the extent that respected ethics, the basic tenets of journalism, have been discarded in some sections of the media because PDP wants insults, abuse, and the throwing of mud at our leader. This is the daily fare to which we are subject. We have been victims, as I said. This is why at some point we said, look, enough is enough. And we have decided that since the enforcers of law in this country, those who certify advertisements, like Apple, they are not allowed to do it. The NBC, which regulates broadcasting, is not allowed to exercise oversight and enforce regulations. We saw hope there from the International Criminal Court. There have been examples already. In Rwanda, broadcasters have been jailed for hate speech. And lately, in Cote d'Ivoire, the wife of former President Garba has just been sentenced. So maybe it's people from outside. Thank God it is not moon people. The international system will help to sanitize the environment. You ask the question on hate speech, on peace accord, it's simply not working. The PDP has broken it, has trashed it, and they're doing as they wish.
All right. We understand that your party went to the International Criminal Court. Tell us, give us an idea of what your party said to the ICC and on what situation actually, because we understand that it's some issue relating to the PDP.
Yeah, it's the president's wife, Mrs. Jonathan has been on the loose for quite a while. And there she was in Calabar, telling supporters of the government and the party that whoever comes before you to say change, stone them. That's hate. What does it mean to stone somebody is to lynch them. Now, all of us, our leaders, nobody is feeling safe, whether you are an APC leader or a campaigner for the party. From then to now, we have been feeling very, very unsafe. And since this letter to ICC had been written to the Inspector General of Police, had been written to the Secret Service, had been copied to the Human Rights Commission, and all of them, we are not expecting any action from these fronts. We hope that the ICC will show interest.
So are you saying that you have lost hope in the system in Nigeria, and that's why you've gone to the ICC in The Hague?
If a leader of the APC had possibly said, lynch PDP members, he would not have slept in their homes. That I can assure you. So we know what we're talking about.
All right. We just, I know Dr. Okupe has a few things to say, but we'll go on a short break. And when we return, there are more issues that we'll be talking about. Burning, of course, the issues that are pertaining to the 2015 general election. I have Dr. Doyin Okupe from the presidency and the director of media of the APC Presidential Campaign Organization. Join us again.